Hello guys, welcome to another Ghosts in Mind video. Today we're going to be discussing about the topic which is best described by the Chinese characters written on the screen.未雨绸繆, which means to prepare for a rainy day. This basically is implying that before starting anything, make sure the foundation or the fundamentals are set. That's what I felt was a very good description for this video. So what is this video, and why am I doing this? I will tell you that in one after one small announcement that I'm gonna be alternating between both the my college syllabus videos, then the so-called philosophical or whatever videos, and yeah, this is episode 2 of Ghosts in Mind. Let's go. Okay, guys. So okay, so I'll ask you one question. Why do games like GTA, FIFA, Starfield, what do you call the Cyberpunk? Why do these feel thrilling? Why do these have freedom? Or not just them, any other game? Okay. Why do they feel thrilling? Why do we get so addicted to them? Okay. The thing about people being addicted is that no one gets really addicted to YouTube videos, but people do get addicted to reels. People get addicted to games, but you can see the difference. See, the people with the reels is they have this kind of irrational addiction type thing. Like they don't know why they want reels, okay, but they want them. They don't know what they're searching for, but they are searching for them in reels. But games, they kind of have like a specific purpose. Like this universe, this game, it is I'm part of it, and you're kind of separating me from it. So why do we have this? Like why do we feel so belonged in such games like GTA, FIFA, like so many other more games, Minecraft, Roblox? So why do these so-called immersive games are dragging people in when we have a a many dimensions higher immersion right in front of us, our reality? Okay, so what do these games have that our reality doesn't have? These games offer freedom, okay, in that like in GTA you can do anything. You can rob a car, you can just drive a bike of a C C C5, what is it called, cargo hauler, or drive your space shuttle into like the sea or something. So yeah, you can do a lot of stuff. You also have the feedback for a lot of these things. Yeah, sorry for the distraction. Where was I? Yeah, they have so much. They have feedback in that the world interacts with you. You crash into somewhere, you can notice the crash and everything. They have. You can master these games. You can learn certain skills to get better in them. You can do certain things that will may take you higher. Okay, you also have this identity. You might be a hero, you might be a villain, but your identity is a something that you relate to very well, something you take care of very well. Okay, but the thing is that life has all of this too. Okay, so what's the difference? Okay, I'll tell you the thing. Game gives you a platform that life does not give you. Life, it's much harsher than a game. Obvious, this is someone, everybody tells you like real life is so much more harsher than video games. But why? You like I'll tell you, a lot of us humans are not taught the right foundation, okay, to enjoy life, to use life like video games. Okay, what is this foundation? We're going to discuss that today. Okay, so I'm gonna do this thing simply, like I'm not gonna do very deep, but I'll just tell you why games hook us and what's missing in our real life, and how building certain things like right habits, a certain outlook and certain perspectives in life, certain reactions to certain situations. Why? Because even if you have right habits, right actions, you have right outlook, right thoughts, there'll be, or there'll always be actions that are beyond these, beyond your thoughts, beyond your control. So what kind of reactions you should have to them, that can make your life feel like a game. So why do you want it to be a game? I'll just tell you one simple answer. You have much more control in game. You have something like, you can jump off a building. Okay, you know that you'll survive. Well, you can't do that in real life. That's obvious. You'll be like, what are you, dumb or something? But why is that? Like, that's simply because this is not real. Even if it's not real, okay, even if you did have consequences, suppose you playing Minecraft hardcore, you fell in lava, you die, but still you don't feel so stressed about it. No, you'll still carry on with your life. You'll still do dangerous stuff, like you'll still beat the ender dragon, you'll still do that stuff. So what's the difference? We'll talk about it in the video. Another thing is that I'll tell you a kind of blueprint. Why was the I'll tell you one thing in life. What works for me won't work for you. Okay, all I can give you is a blueprint that you should map to your life. Why? Because your life is a lot different from mine. You have a lot more different parts which you're aware of, what I'm not aware of. Something, you have different contexts, you have different scenarios. So I'll just give you kind of a blueprint based on which you can build on top of. Okay, so let's 1 minute. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so okay, why do games like GTA or FIFA feel more exciting than real life? I'm a footballer. Okay, I play football, but for me, FIFA is much more fun to play than football. Certain moments, football is really well. Okay, for me, when I'm winning, obviously football feels much better than FIFA. In certain, but I'm not Kevin De Bruyne. If you know, you know. I'm not Florian Wirtz. I'm not Leo Messi. So there are things I will not be able to do. There are passes I'll not be able to see. And the ground is different. Like our ground is very stiff, where the grass, where in FIFA the grass is smooth. Okay, the physics are different. Like the ball here is like lot less bouncy. It's a lot harder and stuff. So why do they feel more exciting than real life? Okay, I'll just tell you one thing. Uh, these things, what they give you is called agency. Okay, this is something that a computer science students will know from machine learning. An agent is something that interacts with the environment and takes in feedbacks and does its stuff, interacts, reads the environment, manipulates the environment. Yeah, that's the thing. So in your environment, okay, in real life, you can see stuff, you can interact with them. Okay, but the thing with that is that it, most of the time, you don't have the full context. Okay, you don't know the full context, you don't know how much the ball, at what, how much pressure is inside the ball, what is the psi inside the ball. For in games, you don't need to care about that. You don't need to, in real life, you need to care about if your opponent, if he stamps on your foot, how much hurt you'll feel. Okay, or what do you say, you're not good with your left leg. Okay, so if your opponent presses you, you'll be trapped and stuff. Okay, so these are the things you'll be worried about in real life, but in game, these things are kind of, kind of taken care of. Okay, that's called compressed agency. Your agency is kind of like diluted. Okay, here you have much more agency, you can do left leg, right leg, but if you have proper football skills, real life is obviously more controllable than what do you say, game. But that's the part where people are lacking. So you'll say just get good in real life, so it will feel this thing. But to get good, you need to have certain outlook, okay, certain reactions, certain habits to get that good. That's the foundation, okay. To get that good, we are talking about the foundation that we need to master, okay. So that's one thing. One more thing is that you have very good feedback, okay. uh, in games, okay, like suppose you rob a bank, you know how much money you took, how many people are, cops are chasing you, what you did wrong. You score a goal in FIFA, you get the one, okay. Real life is not often that interesting, okay. No, not the games, not the football games. Like suppose I'm preparing for an exam, I studied for a question very well, okay. But the question did not come, so what does that make of my efforts, okay. In a video game, if you study for an exam, okay, you'll get the question, okay. I don't know, I didn't play much slice of life games or anything, but maybe they're like that, I don't know. But as far as I know, your hard work is rewarded instantly, much more frequently. Your hard work is not rewarded much or even visible in real life. That's a feedback that you won't always get. What feedback you do get, either through your own lens or some other people's lens, is critical. Okay, I'm sorry for the disturbance again. So where were we? Yeah. So why do games like GTA, what FIFA feel more exacting than real life? Okay. Uh, Games, they have compressed agency, like you live within constraints. Despite how open world they're being, you live among a lot of constraints. So, and the game tries to maximize your ability within those constraints, so you feel a lot significant. I'll be so real. 1 minute, 1 minute. I encountered a small technical problem. Yeah. I'll be so real. I think a lot of people refuse to say that they're significant in their slice of their universe. I'll say one thing: you are definitely the most significant thing. Okay, the single most significant thing in your slice of your universe, or I would even say your universe. Okay, I'll say one thing: your universe. Okay, you shouldn't be concerned about the larger universe. Like people say, right? What do you say? What do people say? They say you should understand your significance in the universe. Even if you do this all, at the end of the day, it will not matter, because just shut it, can it? Okay. Uh, the simple thing is that you're extremely significant in your part of the universe. You should recognize that. Like in the larger universe, you're still not as significant. Okay, but you should come to terms with that. You'll never be significant enough in that universe. Okay, you might say this is a cope, but I think humans live such a short lives. Okay, even if you live probably a billion years, that's still extremely small compared to the universe. Current universe is 13 billion, so you'll say it's still significant, but universe is might live longer than that. It's something we can only speculate. Anyway, so even if you're millionaires, if you live to million, 10 of million, hundreds of millions years, that's just small slice of the universe. You'll never be as significant as that. You might say your actions, they will give rise to certain other actions. True, but information degrades much faster than you think. So I don't think you should worry much about that. Yes, understand that there are things that you do in the universe that might end up being extremely significant, but if you consider that all, you might not even take another step, like if this is significant or not. That's why I don't say you're insignificant, I say you're significant in your part of the universe. Your part of the universe, your life, your people, your family, your friends, your community, the places you visit, the places you see, the places you're interested in, the books you're interested in, the games you play, everything. These are all stuff is your universe. Okay, your interests, your hobbies, this is your universe. Okay, and if you are the most significant person, you are the most significant person in your universe, but you can kind of extend extend your significance into your other parts of your universe. Okay, the most you are the most significant in your universe at what? At yourself. Okay, but if you can from there building on top of that, you can slowly grow outwards, your significance will be kind of reflected. That will make you more satisfaction and more happier. But again, a person who sees in this way, I don't think he would gain much more satisfaction than he already has by his own significance within himself. But that's a discussion for another day. The I would say the last thing you need to say is that but that's a very fast stage. Okay, I'll be one more thing. Living within your universe is also kind of wrong. Okay, you need to explore beyond your universe. Because living within, you should be satisfied with your universe, you should accept your position in the external universe. Despite that, okay, you should explore both. You should explore yourself into your in your whatever is there within you. You should also explore what's outside of you. Take it contextually, add it to you, digest it. Okay, make your universe larger. Okay, so that's what I think a type of a perspective on life should can be. That is what I'm trying to adopt. However, it's quite hard since I don't have the foundation yet. The foundation, what is the foundation? As I told you, it allows you to enjoy your life like a game. Okay, be satisfied and stuff like that. The thing with that is the thing with that is that why do like this, we I told you this all and everything, but how does it help? I'll tell you. The thing is that the foundation helps you with having a kind of spine to fall back on, a kind of like a backbone. Okay, it allows you, it gives you agency. It's like before you were just a rock rolling around. Now you have like kind of arms and you have appendages which you can use to crawl around with. Okay, so that's what the foundation gives you. And it basically gives you legs to run around. You already have legs, but the foundation will extend the reach of your legs. Again, metaphorically, it will extend, even you can say physically, it can extend the reach of your legs, like allowing you to travel to more countries, allowing you to live the kind of life you want, and with hands build the stuff you want, build the life you want. So for that, the foundation kind of stabilizes you, also allows you to deter life's external circumstances. Like you might get, like suppose I'll give you an example. If you have a proper foundation, proper habits, proper mindset, proper outlook in life, proper reactions, so and having awareness and everything, you'll know that maybe I should save my money in case I get to an accident, because I'm driving kind of recklessly these days. So I bought a new sports car, so you start saving up money and you like unfortunately get into a minor accident. You if you didn't plan it in front, it would feel like an unfortunate circumstance, but you have planned it earlier. Okay, you have a car insurance, you have a very good health insurance, you'll be able to pay for it. Even the stuff you won't be able to pay for, you'll be still be able to pay for them, because you already planned ahead. Your life that time doesn't feel like something you're at mercy of someone else, you're mercy of your own actions. But how do you have this outlook, how do you have this kind of far reach? I would say simply observe your situations, but despite this, there will be circumstances beyond your thing. So I'll say one thing: there are certain things money can do, certain things time can do, but they cannot replace your foundation. Money cannot replace your foundation, time cannot replace your foundation. They can fill in the gaps within them, but sometimes even luck is needed. And sometimes faith is needed, faith in God, faith in yourself, faith in life. Those are also some things that are needed, but most essential thing I would say, which is irreplaceable to in a practical sense, would be life's foundation. Okay, So is real life boring just because I don't have structure? Yes and no. Means structure, but also I would say, um, like, I don't like, see, I'll tell you what is structure for me are habits, okay, and but they also include like this, like if you have very good habits, very good routine, very good system, very good frameworks, that your life is kind of structured. Your but then you start, life will still be boring. So what will be the difference? That will be your outlook, that will be your reactions, okay. What is your outlook? Having a resilient outlook, having an anti-fragile outlook. Very good book by um, very good book by oh my god, how can I forget his name? He's one of my favorite authors of all time. uh, Nassim Taleb. He wrote even the Black Swan, which was a fantastic book. Yeah, so outlook and reactions, these are definitely what make life less boring, okay. It's not just the structure, but I'll just tell you, for foundation, three things are needed, okay. You can even say four things, technically four, okay. Habits, outlook, okay, reactions, and general knowledge about life, knowledge about structures, okay, and also awareness, but it also comes under reactions and outlook, I would say. Most stuff that make differentiate between game, between the foundation that game gives you and foundation that life does not give you, are these stuff: habits, outlooks, reactions, and knowledge. So this is the thing. You just it's not that having these will make your life instantly not boring, but they'll make it bearable, and over time, okay. I'll tell you one thing. Life is I'll tell you one thing. This is a extremely important thing. Uh, like, you have a lot of significance, but in certain perspective, time is the greatest architect of reality. Sometimes you just need to give time. It's like giving water to a plant. In Tons of water into a plant in a single day doesn't make it grow much faster. You need to give it time. You need to water it daily for few months, years, even decades, till the plant grows to a giant tree. So you need to give it time, and it's all dependent on you, dependent on your context, dependent on your situations and everything, okay. The one thing that games do very well is give you feedback, and they give in terms of rewards, in terms of instantaneously. Life is much more slower, it's much more, I would say, miser. It doesn't give you that many rewards at all. You might do a lot of hard work, you might work hell lot for a race, but it's just that your opponent might had a better foundation than you in childhood, and he is a very good runner, he has very good genetics, and despite your all efforts, a lot of opponents beat you, you come at 8th out of 10. Okay, it might sound like I'm projecting, because I am, but anyway, joking aside, like games, I don't know which game I played, but I think Roblox in child, not now, but Roblox, if you Roblox High School or something, in that, if you do certain action, like you press E or something, you, that means you prepare for study for a test. Okay, you do it enough times, regardless of the external circumstances, you get an A. Like, but also sometimes even quicker in games, okay. You score these many goals, regardless of you win or lose, you get this card, in FIFA. Games give you instant rewards, you get that card in front of you instantly, okay. You can also pay for those cards, you can open them, you can pay for them, and you can do them. Life does not allow you to do that. Yes, money does, but I will tell you, like, people who lead their lives feeling that foundation for money, like, they will be rotting inside. It's not, I'm saying, it's not because I am jealous of them or anything, but I'll say one thing, it's not that I have too much money or anything, but there are certainly times in life where I have gotten extremely lucky, and that does not feel good. Like, I got lucky in certain scenarios where I got an award or something. um, it does not feel good at all. You feel like there's more, like I didn't earn it, something. You can cover it up with other stuff, like maybe drinking, smoking and stuff, but it's just cover up, nothing nothing else, nothing more. Okay. Games cheat. The thing about games is that they allow you to risk everything safely. Okay, you can risk everything. This like Nike's, one of the Nike's best quote: risk everything. You can risk everything in game. Okay, you can risk everything in the FIFA career more. Why? Because you already have another life you can depend on. You have that backbone. You don't have that backbone in life. That's what the foundation is. Okay, foundation allows you to take safe risks. Okay, takes cautious risks, but risk regardless. But if without foundation we don't take risks at all, we live a very cautious life. Because of this, our life keeps pushing around us stronger and stronger. In okay. Another one is that they give you quick feedback. Do this, you do that. You do this, you do that. You I don't know which game, but there was certain game where if you do a certain action 10 times you get a reward. Like you play a certain game 10 times, certain game mode 10 times, you get a chest or loot box or something. Life is not like that. Even if you study for 100 days, you might not get any results. No one will come and congratulate you, give you a sweet or anything. You need to be patient, you need to be resilient. A good way to be resilient is to have a good outlook in life, where you yourself are praising you. I'll tell you one thing. Your foundation necessarily doesn't have to be only you. Some, like most athletes, okay, a lot of people have this support system, but they do not acknowledge it. What is that support system? Your family and your friends, your friends, your colleagues and everything. Okay, they might be praising you, like you. That's why people go for external validation. It's nothing more than a support system. But if you have an internal support system, I would say that's much more anti-fragile. Okay, it does not break easily. External validation get corrupted and stuff, but it's I would say a lot more satisfying, because humans are social creatures. But internal foundation, internal support system is slower, but it is also can make you much more anti-fragile. Also having good outlook in your life helps with this, because you need to be a lot of patient. You can also you can praise yourself for every action. You can give yourself treats. That's why gym people take cheat days. Okay, because they need to award themselves so they can keep going. Next, what is the foundation? Oh, it's almost half an hour I'm speaking. There's a lot of stuff I need to cover, but okay. Books as tools. Okay, so this is the foundation. I have talked about. Okay, sorry, missing foundation. What exactly I mean by the foundation? I'm going to be a little bit quicker, because I don't know. I don't want to make a larger video. I could make a larger video. I don't have. Like, it's not like I have much viewers or anything. But by God's grace, I get some viewers. Then I wouldn't want them to painfully watch my face. Although I will say there's a beautiful background with a extremely good Chinese quote. Yeah. So what exactly do you mean by foundation? Foundation, I've talked about foundation, fundamentals all this time, but in a practical sense, what do they mean? Habits. I'll recommend you one of the best books ever, Atomic Habits. Certain people will say it's a kind of fraudulent book, it has been inspired by this and that, but I would say it's a book that nails down a very good point in life. It's such a significant and strong point in life. I would say even if you remove everything else except that, it will work to a certain very good degree. Okay, but other parts are needed to get it from 1 to, like, you can go from level 1 to almost level 5, level 6, or even level 7, level 8, but to go to level 9 or level 10 of your control. Why? Because this thing isn't sustainable. Atomic Habits isn't sustainable. I'll be so real. Atomic Habits isn't sustainable unless you have a very good outlook in life, very good reactions in life. Atomic Habits, to a certain degree, teaches us these things, but we need to explicitly learn them to actually apply them, because a lot of knowledge here, especially something like this which isn't taught much, needs to have much more applicable uses, applicable examples, so that we can modify them and digest them and use them on our own. So I would say habits are our engine, our car's engine, football team's engine. Number 8, shit, Steven Gerrard, Xavi, Pedri and stuff. The engine, okay, and outlook, your lens, okay, the way you view your life, the way you view life, the way your awareness, your using past for using past using past for predicting the future for and other stuff. Your reactions, your control, okay. Certain moments in life, they won't be within your control, but the way you can react to them is always within your control. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor E. Frankl, very good book. That's also one of the book I recommend. I'll tell you one thing, I'm going to give you a bunch of books that I think, at least even if you're not reading, at least you should see the summary of it, or even learn the name of it, write down the name of it, because just start thinking about it. It plants a seed in you that you can grow with time. As the more you keep thinking about it, the more you'll grow it, the more time amplifies it. Eventually you'll read the book and stuff, okay. So I'll tell you those books at middle and stuff and here and there, okay. Next, isn't money, time, success the real foundation though? Again, I told you, they are both something that can fill in your foundation. Like, your foundation have gaps, they can fill in them, but they're also extremely good amplifiers of your foundation. What do they mean, amplifiers? Like, you have very good foundation, you have good success, you have good money, you have good time, you have like next 20 years to live. With that you can do excellent wonders. They're all very good tools. With that you can almost you know what's malleability property of gold or metals? Same thing, that malleable property of shaping stuff, shaping metals, that you can do with life. That's the thing with success, money and time. I'll say one thing, like, after foundation, what do we need to do? This is a question that I think a lot of people will ask. I would say that's something you should decide. Having this foundation and this thing, is I would take, it will take you, I'll have you a platform on based on which you can do your wonder. I would say from there, okay, after reaching there, after digesting and making these things your own, these principles your own, from there you can work your magic. I think that's where the magic starts, okay, and from there it's up to infinity. But again, you have your own outlook in life, you can gain more perspectives, you can hyper optimize your life, you can de-optimize your life to gain certain advantages, you can prioritize certain things, you can deprioritize certain things, but those all will be based on your foundation. Why? Because even if one of these things backfires, you always have foundation to back yourself up and go back to where you were, okay. So because now you even have a more experience, now you can do it better and stuff. Without foundation, just keep falling freely, but now you have something like a trampoline, something like to fall down, that from where you can climb back up again. So I'll tell you one thing, don't books, I'm gonna tell you the names, but don't take these books as just books. They're tools. The ideas are tools, the concepts are tools, the examples are tools. The book remains a book. You need to take those ideas, you need to digest them, you need to cannibalize those ideas, you need to fuse those ideas, you need to make those ideas your own. Why? Because these ideas are wrote by a person with fixed experiences in life. You need to merge those ideas with your ideas, digest them, cannibalize them, break them down, make them up again, break them down again. This is all stuff you need to do on your own, okay. These are just tools, those ideas are just tools, okay. So what are those books? Atomic Habits, Tiny Habits, War of Art. I'll tell you those books in a minute, but there's a few more questions that need to be addressed. Philosophy feels abstract, why bother? See, philosophy, these things, they're very abstract, they're not very good visually. It's very hard to visualize them, but These things, they are outlook books, and they give you a lot of meaning, resilience, and bigger frame. I will say one thing: if they're abstract, you need to make them. What is the opposite of abstract? 1 minute. Sorry, I'm just searching opposite of abstract. What? Tangible. You need to make it tangible. Okay. So if there, how do you make it tangible or real? Add in your experiences. Add in your experiences. Add in your friends' experiences. Add in someone else's experiences. But mostly yours, because they're most applicable to you. They fit in your context very well. Okay. So that's you need to do that. If philosophy feels too abstract, you need to make it tangible by adding your ideas. Presence sounds fluffy. Okay. What does it actually do? Presence sounds fluffy. What does it actually do? I would not call it fluffy. I would think it as one of the most needed things. Why? Because you only live in the present. You don't live in the future. You don't live in the past. I would say it's complete opposite of fluffy. It's, I would say, the most brutal thing ever. Why? Because you can visualize your future, how much ever time it, how many times you want, how much ever, in whatever way you want. It will never come the way you want it. Okay. Same goes to the past. You can revision it how many ever times. You often revision it. You often, whenever you remember, the past is not the same. Okay. You can do as many times as possible, but it does not change. Okay. What can be changed, what will change, and what is always changing is the present. So if you think it's fluffy, if it's, you don't think what does it do, you're gonna get, it's gonna be very rough for you. Okay. Why? Because present is the only part of time that you ever have and ever will have. Okay. It also teaches you about mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is doing something with complete focus, kind of complete concentration, I would say, but also with lot of thought about it, lot of thinking behind it. Okay. So you have that kind of that immersion, that kind of pause in life. Like, life is going like this, you're able to mind, like, having practicing mindfulness, you can kind of deviate it, kind of slow it down. Okay. Slow your perspective of time. Okay. You'll be aware of your own actions. This will what do you say, amplify this, the power of the pause, the power of mindfulness. The deliberate, you can have deliberate reactions, meaning that you will not be so reactionary. Like, that's so such a ironical word, deliberate reactions, because reaction itself is not deliberate. It's something that's so sudden, so spontaneous. But having that mindfulness will allow you to be less reactionary and more strategic, more something. It will help you bounce you back. It's a very good thing that you need to have. That's a presence is very good. So the books are for habits. Okay. I'll tell one book. Okay, that I think you should read, but then other books are also very good. Habits, behavior and self mastery. Have Atomic Habits by James Clear. Okay, very good book. Okay, I would like a 10 out of 10 recommend it. Core, how small and consistent actions compound into real change. Okay, this is extremely good book. Definitely this thing. Why? Because I'll tell you one thing. With my experiences, I told you now, these things are very abstract. By adding your own experiences, you can make them tangible. For me, I felt that I always felt it, like, till few months ago, I always felt that in order to get good in life, you have like this sudden breakthrough, and like it's done. One breakthrough and it's done. Like tap and it's done. Like you're in a trajectory. No, but it's like almost like you throw a ball, right? But the ball keeps falling down, so you need to keep throwing it up again in order for it to not fall on the ground. It sounds very tiring, but that's where you need to have your outlook in life. That's why I told now habits get very tiring very quickly. That's why you need to have very good resilience, very good outlook in life, that will kind of smoothen it out. Okay, so habits is very Atomic Habits is a very wonderful book, because it builds the daily engine of your life. See, that's the thing. I don't think there will be significant actions that will put your trajectory, but to get to those significant actions, you need to do smaller actions. Okay, these smaller actions are extremely fundamental, extremely necessary. If you ignore them, then a lot of opportunities, lot of significant moments just disappear. Even if you get one, it's a very unearned and undeserving. I won't say, but I'll say you deserve your luck in life, but you should decide your thing. Okay, I'm just saying that I'm not gonna decide for you, but there are people who step up during the moment. I think they're wonderful people, but for me it was hard to think like that. It was almost poisonous to think like that. So if you are in part of that, I'm very happy for you. If you're not, I'm just asking you to consider that. So that's the engine of your life that will take you places. Tiny Habits, this is another good book. This Tiny Habits, Micro Habits, Mini Habits, something, Mini Habits, I think. These are all based on Atomic Habits. Some people say that Tiny Habits is better than Atomic Habit, but I haven't read Tiny Habits. Doesn't matter, because it's a good book. I'll read it definitely, but Atomic Habits gives you an excellent foundation based on which Tiny Habits will even further build upon. The author of Tiny Habits wrote research papers based on which the Atomic Habits was written, I think. Atomic Habits is extremely well packaged, that's why it's so popular. And Tiny Habits came later also, but regardless, the author was I would say, the source for Atomic Habits, so it has credibility. So practical method for embedding habits seamlessly. Yeah, similar to Atomic Habits, but I would say this is much more practical, much more tangible, I would say. Ensures habits stick without relying on willpower. That's the thing. A lot of people think that I need to get up morning at exactly this much time, exactly this much thing. I'll just go through with my willpower. Certain people can do, certain people, but once if you're not you can be delusional. You might say stuff like you're not a man if you can't get up at 6 a.m. every day. That's not the point. That's like, I would say it's delusion, because not waking up 6 a.m. doesn't reduce you from not being a man, regardless of what people say, what other people's outlook or is on you. But I would say much more significant thing is that ensuring habits without relying on willpower. There are times where you require willpower. Okay, there are times where you need to endure stuff that you wouldn't normally endure, but that's, I would say, superpower of human. That's like kind of like a secret ability that's not regularly used. Okay, but you need to be regular with your habits, because that's your engine of your life. So you need to be going on your days without relying on your superpower. I'll say with football, I'm a very good football aficionado. So for me, there's a very good, I would say, phrase that's been used. A football league, not a football tournament, okay, football league, okay, is often won when you win the games you don't feel like winning. Okay, so there'll be games in football that you don't feel like you're winning. Okay, you can't win, you don't have that mental capacities, because team is a living thing. No, it's not not a machine, it's a living thing. It's made up of living people. Eventually they'll falter. Okay, even in those times, if your system of your football, if of your the footballers is so good that you'll still win even if you don't have that thing, that's where the league is won. Similarly, same goes to your life. Okay, if you can do habits without relying on willpower, that's a very good thing. Your willpower will amplify them, but it's not a replacement. The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, very good book. Coming Internal Resistance and Procrastination. These are all habits. Oh my god, man, I'm taking a lot of time now. It's 44 minutes. God damn. Sorry. Yeah. So Overcoming Internal Resistance and Procrastination. This is an extremely good book. We always procrastinate. I'll make video on procrastination and internal resistance. This video is already getting long, so I need to be kind of cut shorting it. Next, necessary to take action on your life's meaningful work. I haven't read on this book, but it's very highly recommended book, War of Art. I'll do one thing. I will make a separate video on this after reading these all books, and explain everything to you. But for now, I'll just read as quick as possible. Next, Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor E. Frankl. How Purpose. This is an extremely good book. Why? Because the purpose is like giving you direction, but also is like kind of like a small spark, small fuel, small motivation. It's an all-around wonderful thing that needs to be having, because it's a very good thing for your mental state and resilience. Next is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, sorry. It talks about stoic clarity, having what you want to do in life, what you don't want to do. This is extremely important. Why? Because a lot of people have difficulty in saying no to certain things. Then they take part of certain actions in life that they don't want to take part in. I have done it many times in my life. I have said yes to people even when I wanted to say no, and because of that I didn't had to experience certain experiences that I didn't want to experience. Self-governance, extremely important. Okay, if like they say no, if you're not living your life, okay, if you don't have control over your life, you will live someone else's life. Okay, like if you don't determine your own life, someone else will determine your life for you. So you need to have that self-governance, extremely important. Perspective is an extremely important good topic. Why? Because the way you view life is one thing, but you need to have multiple perspectives, multiple ways to view life in different scenarios and everything. It's an extremely good book. You need to butcher that perspective, ask why that perspective works, why that is that perspective is the one you see the first. Then emotional control and stuff, like the way you treat emotions. It's not like completely killing your emotions like most hustle bros say, but rather it's having that so-called emotional control, where you can react. Your emotions amplify your reactions, but your reactions are not your emotions. It is something I'll tell again later. I'll say why. It's already getting extremely late. I'm very sorry. Letters from Stoic Seneca. This is a very good book. I heard it's like some people say it's better than Meditations. I haven't read both of them, I'll be honest, but it's very good with daily practices for mindset, reactions, and self mastery. Similar book, but I would say this is much more. I think this is a form of conversation between Aristotle or someone. It's a very good book. I have to read it. Then Reactions, Awareness, and Presence. This is extremely necessary point. The power of now, awareness of your thoughts. This is very good. Why? Because if you don't have awareness of your thoughts, man, this I'm telling you, this will be very hard. Awareness of your thoughts and emotions. If you're able to bisect your thoughts and emotions, you live a wonderful life. I'm just saying, you live in the present. It's very wonderful thing. Untethered soul, observing in inner life objectively. These stuff now, I would say these are the very good superpowers, because resilience, I would say, like the engine is there now. It's like you imagine a mechanical engine. Okay. Then the outlook, meaning, and resilience is life is like the oil. Okay. Oil, and it, I would even say, the spark of the engine. Okay. But the reactions, awareness, and presence is I would say knowledge about the engine that lets you maximize it, lets you tweak it. Imagine you're a mechanical engineer, you will be able to maximize the engine by providing proper valves, providing proper pressure and everything. That's what you'll be able to do. Like, you'll be able to adjust your engine. That is a wonderful thing. Like, imagine you're driving a car, okay, and you're up against a F1 car, okay, and like imagine you'll be able to modify the engine of your car to outperform the F1 car, okay, at certain first point in life. Then suddenly, okay, you need to outperform a heavy load pulling truck, okay. So again you'll be able to change your engine. based on the thing you'll be able to change your engines. People say that we have gears, but gears do not change your engine. They just, I would say, shift your engine from different these things. There's a certain things in this thing, but I would say this allows you to change your engine, and it's extremely helpful. I'll tell you this more in the video about the books. I'm very sorry. It's getting very very late. It's almost 50 minutes. I can't make this much longer than it already is. So I'm very sorry. But it's extremely needed, I would say. Wherever you go, there you are. Okay, Practical Mindfulness. This is very good book. I have heard of this. John Kabat-Zinn. It's a very good book. Wherever you go, there you are. Practical Mindfulness for Daily Interactions. Now this is a fourth point. I did not explain much. I told you need to have habits. You need to have a very good mindset, meaning a resilience. You need to have reactions, awareness, and presence. But you need to understand reality, decision making, and mental strength. Okay. What is this, like, you know, like there are certain inherent natures in life, okay, that you need to understand, based on which you can maximize this. Like, there's inherent nature of steel. It cannot your engine, no matter how you position it, it cannot reach temperatures exceeding I think 1300 degrees Celsius. It can, if it exceeds beyond that, it will shut down. Okay, so you need to have that ability to discern and manipulate and break down inherent natures of your own. First, if you're able to break down your own inherent natures, you'll be able to break down other people's inherent natures, other actions, other ideas, other concepts, inherent natures. It will also help you with decision making and your mental architecture. It's very good book written by very good book that's being talked about. This is Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. Extremely good book. I definitely. Then my favorite book is Antifragile, Nassim Taleb. How to thrive in uncertainty. This is about antifragile, like things about the inherent nature of life is that we will not know everything, and life is extremely uncertain. So how to thrive in uncertainty, how to build resilience, how to build mental robustness. Very good book. And then Flow, bro, this is another very good book. Highly recommend this book. Mihaly, I can't spell this, but Sixen Mihaly. I'm extremely sorry for butchering that. I will promise to learn it and tell it to you. How mastery and engagement feels, and practical for designing life like a game. This is extremely good book. So those are the books. And okay, there's still few more things we need to learn. You should not just, I'll tell you one thing, you should not just read these books. You need to actually use this. How to use that? Absorb them. Okay, read them. Absorb them means either put them into use. Okay, add your own experiences to them, compare them, differentiate them, break them down. Okay, that's how you absorb. Then contextualize with your life at the present. How can I use it? Think of them like tools. Think of them like hammer, spanner, or something. A certain unit screw in a certain bolt. You need a certain spanner of certain length to screw in that bolt. Okay, so use them like tools. Okay, fuse them like certain ideas. Certain life is all about complexities. Okay, I talked this about in my previous episode about parallel and distributed computing. Life is extremely complex, so you need to fuse ideas. You need to modify ideas in real time. Certain idea might not be working, so you need to modify that, tweak it a little, not much, tweak it a little, and it will work. Okay, you need to fuse a certain idea, remove a certain idea, like these things, then apply them. Application is very important. Apply them. You'll obviously fail, then learn from your failures. These all are the things that need to be done. Okay, with your ideas, with the things you learned. Okay, and what do I mean by cannibalize ideas? Okay, cannibalize ideas, blend the concepts, man. This is an extremely good skill. Blend concepts to create your own system. Okay, why? Because the best system is the one created by you, for you, and what is it, for the people, by the people, for the people, by the people, with the people, I don't know. So for you, by you, with you. Okay, made by you, made with you, made for you. Yeah, next, trajectory of mastery. Okay, after foundation is set, then what's the next? After having this awareness, after having this awareness that I need to do this stuff. Okay, you you'll learn these tools, you'll learn more tools. Like for me, these are the tools I thought and wanted, but after reading this foundation, I just gave this 10 books that like probably like 5-10 more books that can be used. There might be hundreds, but I'll just say 5-10 because of practical purposes. There might be more books, like certain things, like suppose you want financial freedom, you might read financial freedom books. Those are the same tools, equivalent tools. These are, I would say, much more related to our context of making our life as game like as possible. So having these tools, then applying and doing these things, you'll gain a very good foundation. That awareness, that foundation, plus in between with the tools, timing, knowledge, money, you'll be able to produce magic. Okay, magic, what kind of magic? It's like an emergent power. Okay, you will know, I would say it's a very good excuse, but I'm really serious. You will know it feels game like. Okay, yeah, like reality would feel very good. Okay, reality would feel like so good to live in. When you're at that stage, people will see and you'll be like, wow, we are like living like a magic. Okay, like it's very hard, it's not very, like people do this inherently. I will say a lot of people do this inherently. Some people do it explicitly, but not the whole part. Maybe they do, maybe we don't know. Okay, but once you start doing that, for you, from other people, might look ordinary, but certain parts of your life will look so sparkling, so bright. Okay, that's the magic. Okay, for you it will feel very good. For you it will feel like you're doing exactly what you want. Life is going exactly, sometimes here and there, but you are still able to bounce back and stuff. Okay, what's the outcome? What's the real difference if I follow this? Clarity, resilience, control. Okay, like growth, like so high growth. Okay, compounding progress, like you'll feel satisfaction, peak satisfaction. uh, I'm not just telling this based on nothing, but it's kind of satisfaction that feels real. It's not the satisfaction that you feel like in movies, but it feels soft, it feels mellow, and it feels warm. Okay, so that's what you feel. Satisfaction, control, very good control. You'll feel magic. That's, like, I would say that for me, that's the motivation. I want to wield magic, I want to play with magic. If you know, you know. But that's the thing. Then why don't most people reach this way? Most people stay reactive. We are taught to stay reactive. Okay, here we are trying to design our life deliberately, but most people are taught to stay reactive because that's easiest way to control people. Like, that's like, you say, based on this you do this, based on this you do this, you start mimicking them, no? So it's easier for teachers and for parents to teach children like that. It's easier for government to have employees who are able to do stuff like that. It's easy for companies to have employees who don't question much, who are much more reactive. So it's just that thing. So you can still be a part of something bigger, but doing that intentionally and doing that with control, with having a foundation, is different than without having. You'll feel hell without. Why should I listen to you? You should listen to me, not because I'm some saint, not because of I have experience, but think of it as a sign from the universe. Just that, like, just a sign from the universe. I wouldn't say much. Just think of it like magic. Okay, can real life really feel like game? I would say mm, uh, it can feel game like, but it's not like game. But yeah, the whole point of the video is to make your life like game. Yes, foundation plus awareness plus tools is goes to magic. It's better than game, I would say. So if I build habits, reactions, then add awareness and tools, I can make life feel like a game. Very good. Yeah, a very good foundation will lead to very good awareness. That will lead you to good tools. If you master this all, you will have extremely good way to wield magic. From then on, I will not decide the path for you. You will decide the path for yourself, and you will climb the path yourself on your own. Okay. So that's the whole thing. It's almost, I would say, definitely it's 1 hour. It's almost 1 hour. Damn it, man. But I would say it's worth it. 100% worth it. I'm very happy if you watched this till now. but that's the whole video. Build the foundation, cultivate awareness. I will say I did not mention on this, but reading the books will help you cultivate the awareness. Just thinking about this thing plants seeds in you. That's the awareness. I won't say cultivate awareness is just giving yourself time, giving yourself patience, being I would say this one more thing: give yourself love, give yourself, be proud of yourself. That is awareness. Okay, allow yourself to grow. Okay, give breathing room to yourself. That is simply awareness. Trust yourself, build your intuition and everything. I will give this more about this in later videos. Build foundation, cultivate awareness, use tools consciously. Okay, one more is using your own instinct as tool. That is also one tool, I would say. Then life itself becomes thrilling. Okay, it feels much more in controllable, much more fun. At certain points it feels extremely fun, but it's all about minimizing the worst case scenario. It's not about maximizing or making our whole life the best case scenario, but minimizing a worst case scenario. That's the whole point of this video. It's not the game minimizes your worst case scenario. Okay, that's why your game, that's why you're able to take so much high risks. That's why the game feels good, because your worst case scenario is just you restarting the game. That's all. Okay, that's the whole point of this foundation and everything. It allows you to restart, because of your life feels much more thrilling and much more something you want to interact with, something you want to immerse yourself in. Most people never get there because they stay reactive, but also that it feels kind of challenging, I would say. This feels good, like you can do this, that, this, but once you start doing it, it's hell. But if you do this, you'll not just play life, you'll play with the magic. You'll design your own life. And I'll say one thing: you won't design reality. You might, if your magic is that good. After wielding magic, if your magic is that good, you might wield reality, whatever. But a lot of times you won't. Okay, and that's fine. Why? Because you'll be able to wield your reality, wield your universe, which is much more important than others, I would feel. And if that resonates, drop a comment on what part of the foundation you want to start with. I'll tell you one thing: it's not about this shortcuts. This is a very long path, and it might take you 10-20 years, and I think you should be happy with that. If you're doing it before that, I would say one thing: it's not that after 10-20 years you'll get good or something. I'm just saying it will take 10-20 years, not for you to, for the results to show up, but 10-20 years, I would say. After that, it's not that after that you'll wield magic. A lot of times, okay, you have to do it now itself. Okay, you'll start wielding magic now, but by then you'll start refining it and it will become good. It's about very contextually dependent. I wouldn't say anything. If that resonates, drop a comment, drop a like, drop a subscribe, and I'll make more videos on this topic. I'll definitely make a video explaining more about the books, more about the summaries and the stuff. Yeah, it's about building the engine step by step, and your actions feel like magic. Thank you a lot. If you watched till now, I'm asking why, but thank you a lot.